of fame is wasted.
I just got my hair done. Jeez. What are you laughing at? Chris just parted his hair the first time in years.
And he goes, I think Tom did that. And I go,
No, 2 minutes, I'm just telling you.
I'm going to write it on here again, just to go through again. I've gone through 9 times, but
3 fingers? Hey, is
Chris.
Girl Scouts 3 fingers?
your green light's not on.
Yeah, I think so, right? I was a Girl Scout for a few. What's up? The OGs in the back, the new
Alex.
new blood in the front.
All right,
All right.
everybody, shh.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Did the judge take the gavel? Because he's not going to get reappointed. We'll have a conversation with him after. But bringing this meeting to order, in being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231, an adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the Municipal building and on the Township website. Can I ask Union County Vice Commander David Penna from American Legion Post 228 to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? May I ask everybody to please remain standing for a moment of silence for our service members serving abroad and near. Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mayor Kaiser,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Here.
Committeeman Capides,
Here.
Committeewoman Du Bois, here, Committeeman Huber.
Present.
Okay. Proclamations and announcements. We have a lot today. Announcements first. The Springfield Public Works Annual Arbor Day celebration is being held Friday, April 29th at 10 a.m. at the Veterans Memorial Park. The annual tree planting and tree seedling giveaway will happen then. So everybody please join us for Arbor Day on April 29th at 10 a.m. and get your free trees. The Springfield Food Truck Festival, presented by the Rotary Club of Springfield, is Sunday, May 1st, this Sunday. It's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Springfield Community Pool parking lot. It's a $5 fee per person for admission. Children under 5 are free, and the proceeds benefit the Rotary Club of Springfield, the Springfield Recreation Department, and most importantly, the Jonathan Dayton High School Senior Scholarships. So everybody please come out and support the Rotary, get some food. There's a lot of cool trucks this year. I will go on to now proclamations. All right, first up is the Girl Scouts. It's your 110th anniversary, and I'll be presenting the proclamation after I read it
You guys look young for 110.
to Christy Barone of the Service Unit Manager and Alexa Klein, the leader of Troop 41300. So, with that, let me read the proclamation. I'll sign it, and we all come up for a photo. All right. Girl Scouts 110th anniversary. Whereas March 12th, 2022 marked the 110th anniversary of the Girl Scouts of the USA, the largest and most impactful leadership program for girls in the world. And whereas since our beginning, Girl Scouts has emphasized public service and civic engagement and has fostered a sense of community in girls, and whereas Girl Scouts work to champion the ambitions, cultivate the talents, and develop the skills of girls to confidently pursue their passions and make the world a better place. And whereas girls say that the Girl Scouts support their mental health and is an accepting, safe place where they feel free to be themselves, and where leaders and other girls are sources of support during difficult times. And whereas Girl Scouts offer girls 21st century programming in science, technology, engineering, math, the outdoors, entrepreneurship, and beyond, helping girls develop the invaluable life skills. And whereas Gold Award Girl Scouts already take on projects that have measurable and sustainable impact on our community by assessing a need, designing a solution, completing a project, and inspiring others to sustain it. And whereas today, more than 50 million women, trailblazers, visionaries, and leaders are Girl Scouts, alums who have made the world a better place. Now, therefore, I, Alexander Kaiser, Mayor of the Township of Springfield, on behalf of the Township of Committee, do hereby applaud the Girl Scout movement and Girl Scouts of the state of New Jersey, County of Union, and Township of Springfield for providing girls with a safe, inclusive, all-girl space where they can hone their skills and develop leadership abilities, and congratulate them on their 110th anniversary. I'll fix my signature, and we can come on down.
Yes, Scott said send him whatever. You like that?
All right, how we doing it?
We'll just face that way and
Yeah, face this way for the camera, so.
fun patches.
Thank you.
Good job, ladies. Congrats, ladies.
Keep moving.
John, I need another ice cream.
Keep your mouth shut.
I need another ice cream.
I think that was enough for more than one, Chris.
Okay,
I need another.
I didn't
everybody.
share it with anybody either.
All right. Next on the agenda is a proclamation for Casa, the Child Advocate Month, presented to Gretchen Boger O'Brien, Director of Communications for the Casa of Union County. I had the pleasure to meet Gretchen a few weeks ago as we planted the blue flags outside of Town Hall. We're one of a number of townships throughout the county to recognize Child Advocate Month. Each flag represents 4 children, I believe, in the system. So it was an honor to do that this year, and I will now read a proclamation. All right. Whereas it is estimated that there are 2.2 million residents of New Jersey who are aged 18 and under, and whereas among that total, nearly 6,300 children each year are living in homes that are not their own, having been removed for even just one night because of abuse or neglect. And whereas survivors of child abuse need people in their lives that will consider their best interests. And whereas the court-appointed special advocate programs have record of public service, helping protect the safety and well-being of New Jersey's abused and neglected children. And whereas CASA are everyday people with diverse backgrounds and professions that go through intensive specialized training to be a volunteer and a voice for children in the child welfare system. And whereas the CASA volunteers serve as the court's eyes and ears in a child's life, helping to improve the quality of information presented to the court and the child welfare systems. And whereas April 2022 is National Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month, and an observance that reflects the purpose of CASA programs. Now, therefore, I, Alexander Kaiser, Mayor of the Township of Springfield, on behalf of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim April 2022 as CASA Child Advocate Month. I will affix my signature, and Gretchen, please come on up for a photo.
The paparazzi are here.
right here.
Each everybody take a flag. Take a flag.
Absolutely. Pass two down.
Thank you. Yes.
Craig.
No, it was a pleasure being there. You guys do tremendous work. Not for the glory or for money.
Now I've noticed the flags.
Two, here you go.
The flags are
that's awesome.
everywhere.
Where the gas lines are.
Yep.
That's great.
Love 'em.
Only starts conversations. It's awesome. The paparazzi are still here.
He's special. He's special.
Yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna get a little closer to each other. I'm not gonna get everybody, but at least I'll get,
The important.
we get to see old Springfield.
If one people on TV, Chris. And you.
I do not want to be on TV.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, they're everywhere. You got the notice is there. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And the signs.
Thank you for what you
the
do.
Signs explaining the flags are everywhere too. It's really good.
Thank you for the work you do.
All right. Next up, we got two more, everybody. The next, Elks. Elks, it's Youth Week, and I'll be presenting to the trustee, Barbara Brennan. So I'll read the proclamation, and then we'll take a photo together, and thank you for holding out. For Elks, Youth Week, which runs from May 1st to May 7th of 2022. Whereas the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks has designated the first week in May as Youth Week to honor America's junior citizens for their accomplishments and to give fitting recognition of their services to the community, state, and nation. And whereas Springfield Hillside Lodge number 2004 will sponsor an observance during that week in tribute to the junior citizens of the community. And whereas no event could be more deserving of our support and participation than one dedicated to these young people who represent the nation's greatest resource and who in the years ahead will assume the responsibility for the advancement of our free society. And whereas our youth need the guidance, inspiration, and encouragement which we alone can give in order to help and develop those qualities of character essential for future leadership and go forth to serve America. And whereas to achieve this worthy objective, we should demonstrate our partnership with youth, our understanding of their hopes and aspirations, and a sincere willingness to help prepare them in every way for the responsibilities and opportunities of citizenship. Now, therefore, I, Alexander Kaiser, Mayor of the Township of Springfield, on behalf of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim the first week in May as Youth Week and urge all departments of government, civic, fraternal, and patriotic groups and our citizens generally to participate wholeheartedly in its observance. I'll now affix my signature, and Barbara, please step on up. I'll go inside this time.
Thank you for this, for the work that you do.
All right.
Proofread, Linda.
One more proclamation. I will not read this at the request of our municipal clerk, but I will say that it is Municipal Clerks Week. It's the 51st anniversary of this important week, and it runs from May 1st to May 7th. Our clerk, I don't know if we would be here without her. Linda works tirelessly every single day on behalf of the township, making sure that we are prepared to do our jobs. So without you, Linda, we would be lost. I will, of course, respect that I won't read this entire proclamation, but we are taking a picture up front, so step on down.
I need one.
I'll take an autograph later.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Linda.
You're lucky. I was going to read it while the picture was being taken.
To move on to the next event.
Okay. Wow, that was fun. Always fun to do the proclamations. Moving on to public comment. This public comment will be for agenda items only on the agenda. Everybody in the audience, you're welcome to step on up if you have a question on agenda items, or if you're at home, you can participate by calling in. The number is 973-232-4442. That number, once again, is 973-232-4442. If you're at home, you can call in. If you're here, you can step on up. But seeing no one stepping up and seeing no one calling, I will close the public comment portion for agenda items only and move on to reports. Our first report, Mr. Administrator, please take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of items. We looked last week at our parks, and we're having one of our engineers is looking at all of our parks to see if there's some upgrades and some work we can do. Deputy Mayor Weber was with me as we walked them, so hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we will have some information further for everyone to look at. We were also at Veterans Park this week, and we bought some further plantings to get that dressed up for Memorial Day. I also have had some volunteer work will be done by, kind enough, by Baltushaw. They're going to come over and take a look to also see. We want a long-range plan to see what we can do with that park. It's just kind of drab. It needs some real dressing up on it. So we're working on that. A couple of other little things. We did get revised drawings for the Larkin building on the awnings and the signage. We're going over those now, so they'll be done within the next couple of days. Hopefully we'll have approval back to them so that they can purchase the awnings and the signs. The retail space is rented, so that will be filled shortly. We have the bid opening tomorrow for our DPW building, the one that was the Hershey building that was wiped out during the flood. We have the bids coming in tomorrow. We will open them and see where we are. I wanted to also mention that statewide insurance awarded us a $7,521 award for safety, and we are using that to purchase lift gates for DPW for the back of the trucks, so that protect everyone's back. They don't have to pick something up. We had a discussion. I know this came up several times, and I just want people to understand on Park Mobile, we're learning as we go. We started this, but we don't know all the pitfalls yet, and we're learning as we're going on. So we had a concern from someone on the library. What we're doing for the library is when you look out the front door, the first 7 spots that appear in the DMV lot, the old DMV lot, those are going to be designated for the library only. There'll be no charge, honor system on those. As far as, we also had someone say they're a commuter, and they were wondering if there was anything we could do. Now, I talked to Mike Rogers over in Summit. What Summit does is they break theirs down, and the charges are different by what you are. So a residential commuter gets a certain charge. If you're a non-residential commuter, it's a different charge. So I spoke to Captain Rachel, and we are going over that. We're going to make changes to that so that we can accommodate some of those requests. And again, understand, we're kind of new at this, so as we find these things out, we will fix them.
Are we giving the people a break right now? I mean,
We're not ticketing anyone.
I'll take
Is that
it.
correct?
That's what I want, Commissioner. I just,
Yeah.
okay.
From DPW, I want to mention a couple of things also. Curbside vegetative waste collection ends this week. After that, you have to take it up to the pool at 44 Morrison. Beginning on May 2nd, don't forget, no plastic bags in recycle. They are prohibited. If you put them in there, your recycle will be left. PSC just finished paving Tulip, Springbrook, Crest, and Robin Court. Public Works will be in to finish the streets on a road improvement program, which is Park Lane, Short Hills, Ave, and Profit. We also, the bridge for Short Hills Ave, I was out there with our DPW director and our engineer the other day. They were almost finished, actually. They're down to just a connection done by PSE&G and then paving. So they will be done shortly. I'll get you an update from the county when that is going to officially be open, but it should be within no later than the next couple of weeks. So that's in good shape. And it was a major project. When you go up and actually look at it, it was actually way bigger than I think any of us anticipated. So it was a long road, but they're in good shape. One other thing I did want to mention, since Mike Scalera or Scott's not here, we put together, we're going to have a meeting, it looks like June 14th, for all of the business owners in the center. We're going to bring them all in, have a luncheon. I've got our planner coming in, and we're going to go over what redevelopment is, what they can do, how we would support them, to see if we can get some of those other buildings now to hopefully start. We've got the Larkin building is done, the Gomes building is being worked on. We need some of those on that other side of the street, the Larkin side, now to continue. So we're hoping to maybe encourage either a developer to buy or one of the owners maybe to say, you know what, it's time I upgrade my building. So that's going to be, we think that's going to be a very exciting meeting. So that's June 14th. We'll get you more info as we get closer. Are there any questions or comments?
June 14th, right?
Yes, sir.
You know anything about the bridge going to Millburn by,
On Main Street?
by the body shops, on Main Street?
Yeah.
Last meeting.
What was the last we got on that?
They just keep extending it. I mean, we get updates like every week or so, but just what they're doing, what lane will be closed, what they're working on. It's a major project.
Asked me, I said, I,
We've got no end date, will be done by this date, so. Sorry about that, but that's the state, unfortunately.
a state?
Yeah. That state there. All right, that's it for me.
All right, Mr. Administrator, thank you for taking your time. Next up, not seeing my Scalera, we will move on from the Springfield Improvement District and hopefully get an update next month. With that, we'll move on to minutes and reports. May I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the regular and executive meeting minutes of February 8th, 2022 as emailed.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, aye. The ayes carry. New business. We have one ordinance on for second reading and one ordinance on for first reading. So, second reading, Madam Clerk.
2022-09. This ordinance is to establish a cap bank for the calendar year 2022 pursuant to NJSA 48:4-45.14.
I have a motion.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-09 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source on April 28th, 2022.
Do I have a second?
I second, with also publication in the local source, April 28th, 2022.
Okay, with that, I will open this up to public hearing. Anybody have a question on this or wish to make a comment, please step on up. Or if you're at home, you can participate by calling 973-232-4442. That number again is 973-232-4442. Seeing no public comment, I will close the public hearing. And since this was discussed at last time, I will move to a roll call vote.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides? Yes. Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber? Yes. Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Citizen?
First reading, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance 2022-12. This ordinance amends the existing ordinances governing certain employment positions and establishes salary ranges and compensation levels for such positions within the township.
The public comment portion is closed at this time. We will move on. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-12 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source on May 5th, 2022, with final hearing on May 24th, 2022.
Do we have a second?
I second, also with publication, local source, May 5th, 2022, with a final hearing on May 24th, 2022.
Okay, I'll do a roll call. Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
are we having a discussion on this?
We can have a discussion. Does anybody have any comment?
I don't think so.
All right.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. On to resolutions. The resolutions will be adopted by consent agenda. Please, as I read through them, if you would like one pulled, please let me know. Resolution 2022-130. Resolution 2022-131. Resolution 2022-132, we are going to pull that. Resolution 2022-133. Resolution 2022-134. Resolution 2022-135, we will pull that. Resolution 2022-136. Can I have a motion?
I will make a motion to adopt resolutions 2022-130 to 2022-131. We're going to pick up again at 2022-133 through 134, 2022-134. I should have just read the whole thing. And then 2022-136.
It was a light agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes. I woke up.
Committeeman Capides.
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois.
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. Madam Clerk, will you read Resolution 2022-132?
Yes, this resolution authorizes the purchase of flow rights at the Rollway Valley Sewage Authority by the Township of Springfield from the Borough of Garwood.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to accept, read by Madam Clerk, Resolution 2022-32.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, just to kick off discussion before I hand it off to Mr. Administrator to explain the details. This goes into a long part of as the township to tackle some of our seepage into our sewer system and the excess overflow of water. I had a long discussion on Saturday, actually, with I believe the council president. Did this in Garwood on this resolution, who thanked us for our leadership on this. It's a win-win for both Garwood and our town. Now, I know you've explained this a million times, but I'll ask you to do it one more time since we're formalizing it tonight.
Okay. This is for us to purchase flow rights from Garwood. As we have, building continues to go on in Springfield, the amount of sewage that goes into our system that goes to Rollway River Valley Sewer Authority becomes greater. We only have X amount of gallons we can process right now. Currently, if we exceed that, we get charged for it. So by buying some more flow rights, it'll keep us under what that max is. So that's why we bought 3 more MGD from Garwood. That's what this is about. Greg, is there anything you want to?
Yeah, the only thing I want to, I'm sorry, I think.
The cost is,
The cost is paid for by the developments that we charged for sewer connection fees. So this does not come out of our regular budget money.
I want people to realize that we
That's
increase the fees,
tremendously.
and that's affecting the taxpayer.
And that's paid by the developers who are building. That money offsets our ability to purchase this and make improvements throughout the town. Not the sexiest of issues, because you don't see it every day, but
You don't want to see it.
you don't want to see it and you don't want to worry about it. And this is getting at that problem. And let me tell you, the council president in Garwood was very appreciative, as I think all of us up here. And we get him in perpetuity, right?
Yes,
We
that's correct.
get him going forward. So with that, seeing no other comments up here, can I ask for a roll call vote?
I wanted to mention one thing.
Yes, go, of course.
So these flow rights are being purchased through the RVSA member agreement. And this is really just the first step to purchase them. And what I'm about to explain didn't happen in the previous two purchases that we had, and there's no reason to expect it will happen now, but it is a possibility, and that is all of the other member municipalities get an opportunity to also purchase flow right. Once one municipality and another enter into an agreement like this, all of the other member municipalities can opt to take that same deal. And then what happens is it just kind of gets divided, that amount gets divided amongst everyone at the same price. It's basically like a right of first refusal. We don't have any reason to believe that that's going to happen here, but procedurally, this resolution will go to the RVSA, as will Garwood's, and the RVSA will review, make sure that everything's in order, and then they'll send a notice to all the other municipalities, as they did the other two times that we went through this, letting them know that these are the terms, and that they have the ability to do what I just described. And if no one does so within 30 days, then the RVSA will adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase, and then it'll go forward. But just in case, something were to come out of the woodwork on it, I wanted to make sure everyone was aware, at this point.
These rights could be resold if ever.
We could, yes, but it'd be highly unlikely because what would happen is when Springfield bought their rights initially, they were probably very, very conservative, and as the town developed, they did not buy any further ones, so we were always constrained by those flow rights. We never had enough. So buying these additional flow rights really are just going to get us to a point where we've got a safety net now.
Okay. It's a good investment for the future.
We have to have
Prudent.
it.
We were getting fined almost every year.
Yeah, for violation of.
Over
Gallons.
so this helps us out.
Tremendously.
Good work by all, and now, can I have a roll call vote?
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes. All right. Madam Clerk, will you read Resolution 2022-135?
This resolution establishes a subcommittee of the Township Committee to assist in the development of recommendations to the Township Committee as a whole for the ranking of cannabis business applicants when necessary.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve Resolution 2022-135 as read by Madam Clerk.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Okay. To kick it off, marijuana sales, I believe, kicked off last Thursday, April 21st. I believe it was Thursday or Friday. So marijuana is now legal. A few months back, last year, Springfield did pass an ordinance permitting establishments to sell cannabis products in town. We have had interest of several businesses that would like to open a cannabis retail shop. This is taking the next step in reviewing that application, reviewing those applications and determining who will meet our criteria to potentially open up a store in the future. So my thought about this, and that I presented to the committee tonight, was to establish a subcommittee to review those applications. I believe we currently have 3, and we have another potential one coming down in the future, formal applications. And this subcommittee will be tasked with doing the due diligence in reviewing it, and then making a recommendation to the full Township Committee for us to take a vote and potentially rank the applicants. I believe this subcommittee will be, I'm going to appoint myself, and I'm appointing Deputy Mayor Weber, who expressed interest. Together, we will work in coordination with the administration, our legal counsel, our public safety, to review all applications and hopefully give a recommendation to this council in the future to adopt. I think this is a smart way and the best way to go about and making sure that we have good actors in this field. So with that, I will open it up to any comments from my fellow council, if they have any, if they agree with my recommendations for appointments, and then we'll take a vote.
I agree. I think it's a good move, and I think the people people involved will, do a great job with this and then bring us the pertinent information so we can make a good decision. So thanks for taking this on.
Thank you.
No comment.
No comment?
No, we're good. Good
All right.
choice.
And this subcommittee, just to make clear, it's not making the final determination. That will be made by all of us up here. This is just giving us the ability to do the due diligence and review these applications in full, which are quite extensive, and I've already received them, and it'll take us some time after the department review period. So it's a lot of work going forward.
Before you review, let me ask a question. Will they be approved by the state first?
Necessarily. You want me to answer?
Not necessarily. My guess is no, but I will let our township attorney.
It really just depends on how quickly the state processes the applications and whether or not the applicants who applied to the town have actually applied to the state yet. So far, the town, as far as I know, has not received from the state copies of application materials that have been submitted to them by any cannabis entities interested in Springfield. And part of the state regulations require that. So it suggests that either none of the entities that have expressed interest yet have submitted their applications or to the state, or the state is just not proceeding as quickly as they may have thought they'd be able to. So when I say it kind of depends, it does. It really depends on any individual applicant and whether they're doing like a parallel path, right? Applying locally and applying it to the state at the same time or not. Some applicants, potential applicants, have expressed a desire to just try and go through the local process, and if they, if they're in good standing here, then they'll go and go on to the state level.
I was wondering.
I would think it's kind of a mix, too. I think there's a lot of the applicants hoping to see where the town sits, and so they don't waste their own resources in their applying. But I think also the state has been taking it slow. And I think that's a good thing, because I think they're really doing their due diligence down in Trenton. I think they're slow walking this, and I think this is, we're not looking for a sprint to the finish. I think we want to all get this right, and I think everybody's taking their time and reviewing, and at the end, that will be hopefully a better product and a better experience for everybody.
I don't know if you have an answer to this. I don't want to put you on the spot. I was just thinking about it. But you are so knowledgeable about all things statewide. In regards to licenses, in regards to things, do we on a local level, look at companies that try to do right by, citizens, diverse populations and people who've been harmed in this over the years and things like that? Is that something that we consider or look into, or you haven't really come up with any criteria yet?
We have evaluative criteria that have been established, and they're pretty broad ranging. And I think if anything like that was put into someone's application, that could be considered for sure.
Okay.
And there are.
If I articulated that well, I could. I was reading something the other day that caught my eye, and I should have written it down, and then I realized right now that I didn't. But I know that's something that part of the conversation that should be had is what these possible establishments might be doing to help aid in that, or who they're working with in regards to that might be something we think about.
There are definitely some diversity-related criteria in there, and like I said, the applications are going to be reviewed, top to bottom.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of sort of intangibles that can be taken into account in the evaluation process, in the evaluative criteria that are to be applied.
I wanted to say that I spoke to Erica, 2 businesses informally about things, and both businesses spoke about an aspect of being part of the community. Mm-hmm. Some companies better than others, or more infused in the community of others, but each of the companies that I spoke to had some part of willingness and desire to be part of the community and provide educational programs about what they do to the community as well.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comments?
No, if anybody's asking out there, and I know a lot of people are asking, this is not as simple as just someone who's going to open up a pizzeria or something and they're just going to get a lease and then open. There's a lot of things to cover. Anybody that right now is currently selling recreational had a medicinal license issued by the state, and that is why they are up and running. It is not a lack of action by the Township of Springfield or anything of that sort of not being on the, ball, is what I've heard before. With
We were
this.
actually one of the first in the beginning to approve it.
We were one of the first to approve this. And, the lines in Maplewood and everywhere around where there are these medicinal facilities that have converted over, it's been wildly successful, to say the least. It's been a great experience from what I've heard from people who have visited some of these places. But as the mayor has said, and our township attorney has said, measure twice, cut once. So we'll get there.
We're going to do it the right way. So I'm excited, and I think we'll have news in the coming months for everybody on this. So with that, I will.
All in favor?
All in favor. So
Aye.
Aye.
the ayes carry. All right. We will now move on to discussion and action items. This is the fun part. We have two from Jonathan Dayton. The first, can I have a motion?
Motion to request for Johnson Dayton High School for the use of Ruby's parking for overflow parking on graduation day, June 16th. Hold harmless, and certificate of insurance will be provided.
I second.
Okay.
Question, is this something they normally do every year?
Yeah.
They have in the past.
And Chief, have you,
Well, since graduation's going to be at school, it used to be at Paper Mill, but the last couple of years they did.
have any issue with this, Chief? Park?
No, not at all.
Thanks.
This is being a good neighbor and making sure that everybody.
I'm just jealous. They get out on the 16th. I don't get out till the 28th. So
Maybe you guys need to hire Miss Rachel Goldberg.
I think so.
Can I say this is all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes carry. Can we have a motion for our second request from Jonathan Dayton?
A request by Jonathan Dayton, PTSO, for use of the pool parking lot on June 16th for project graduation, for a drop-off of graduates to board buses to go to Woodbridge with 4 or 5 chaperone cars to be parked. Hold harmless will be provided. Oh, I make a motion to adopt what I just read.
You make a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any comment?
No, it's, we do this every year that they've had it as well, so.
Project graduation was a lot of fun here. I can say that from experience.
We didn't have that in the 90s, probably safer now.
We had the shore, that's what.
Do we have all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes, the ayes carry. Okay, time to pay some bills. Deputy Mayor, can I have a motion?
Motion for payroll and invoices for the period of April 13th through April 26th, 2022, in the amount of $827,885.65.
Okay, can I
Second.
have a second? All right. Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeeman Capides?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes, and everybody has received their February temporary budget, their February revenue report, their February pool temporary budget, and their February pool revenue report. I hope you all enjoyed reading that over this weekend, and you filed that away. We will now move on to correspondence. We've received a notice of a public hearing. It's going to be in person. And the Springfield Board of Adjustment, tomorrow, Wednesday, April 27, 2022, at 6 p.m., will hold a public hearing on Chick-fil-A. If anybody wishes to attend and voice their opinion, tomorrow you can do so in public at 6 p.m. here at Town Hall. The Township of Union has sent us Resolution 2022-157, supporting Senate Bill 330 and Assembly Bill 1012. We've also received the public notice for a virtual hearing from the Springfield Planning Board on May 2nd, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. For the Floor and Decor Outlets of America. That's going to be back on virtual. The reason that's virtual is because that conflicts with the day and time of court now. COVID has messed up our days, so Planning Board will be virtual on May 2nd, but tomorrow will be in person for Springfield Board of Adjustments. So make sure everybody sometimes gets those confused. With that, we will move on to the public comment on any governmental issue. So, anyone in the audience can come on up. Anybody at home can call us at 973-232-4442. Seeing one person, no, you can step on up. The floor is yours. All I ask is that you state your name and address.
Yes, Mara Friedman, 85 Linden Avenue. I understand with regards to pay parking that everything is not set in stone, but I would like to state that I am against any pay parking on both sides of Mountain Avenue between Hannah Street and Wabeno, fronting the Springfield Free Public Library. There is currently a 2-hour parking limit in place on both sides of the street, and I feel it should stay that way. I do not feel it is fair for library patrons to pay for street parking to access our library.
Hey, Mr. Groder, can you just hold on? All right.
Oh, well, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. Will that conclude your comments for tonight?
Well, that includes my comments. I didn't know if anybody was going to engage me, then I would have more.
Well, I mean, that's why we
just my-
designated
So-
those 7 parking spaces in the DMV line.
Right, but I'm not, that is not the solution that I feel. Because even if we would get those spots, which would be wonderful, that they'd be free, but as you said, there's no guarantee, because it's going to be, if somebody else wants to park there, nobody's going to, police it. I would sooner keep Mountain Avenue, both sides of the street, without any pay parking, the way it is now and the way it's been. I just think that's going to work better for our patrons. This way we don't have to worry about somebody that doesn't know how to use a kiosk, somebody that doesn't have a phone that can do an app. I just think it's just, it's easier, and it should just stay the way it is.
Just out of curiosity, is there a way to set the parking app like different hours? So maybe during certain hours it wouldn't be on, like, I don't know if that would,
We can look into that.
just wondering.
I just think it's the library. We've had, you were able to go pull into a spot and go
Yeah.
in, and I just think it should continue that way. I mean, doing in the lot is one thing. People always were in the lot and they had to pay. That's understandable. I was in Westfield today. I went to Trader Joe's. I put money in the meter. But the street parking has been free, so I just feel that should just, maintain being free. Thank you.
Ms. Friedman, thank you so much for your comments. I will certainly take them into advisement, as I'm sure everybody up here will do as we continue to try to perfect this going forward. So appreciate you coming today. I thank you for your comments, and we will now move on. This is,
Well, let me make one.
oh, please, just
I'm a citizen in Springfield.
go right ahead.
I'd like to congratulate Officer Westover.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have somebody on the line, so hold on to your comment. Mr. Groder is on the line, so let me just raise this.
How's he feeling?
Mr. Groder, are you live? Can you hear us?
I am live.
All right, thank you for holding on. I know you were trying to call before, but please state your name and address for the record, and then the floor is yours.
Okay, this is Bob Broder at 98 Washington Avenue, Springfield, New Jersey. Haven't been there in 9 days because I was in the hospital getting open heart surgery, and I want to thank everyone on the Township Committee that wished me well wishes, because this has been a major struggle and battle, and I know I'm probably inappropriate, but I had to call and thank everyone.
No.
Glad to hear you.
Glad to hear you pull through. It was good. I know You got a long road to recovery, and you are always one of our favorites here, and a good watchdog over us all. So we look forward to you getting back well enough.
And you'll see me in about 6 to 8 weeks. I'll be watching as
Awesome.
normal, but I want to thank you all for all the caring and all the well wishes.
And hey, the Mets are still in first place for you, Bob, so let's keep it going. It's only April, of course.
Wait, is this WFAN radio?
I'm one of the new hosts. Yes, finally.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not going to keep you. I obviously was just calling.
Good luck, Bob.
Thank everyone.
Good luck.
Keep it up.
If
Thank
you need
you.
anything, let us know.
Keep us posted.
Thank you. Bye now.
Right. Okay. I will give everybody another opportunity, a few more seconds to call in. The number, once again, is 973-232-4442. Don't hesitate to call. Public comment is still open. We'll give it another 20 seconds, and then I'll close it. And then, Rich, you have a few things. I have a few things to close it out. Just giving this a few more minutes, because I think we might be on delay today. So
Run that YouTube delay.
yeah, I think so. So we're giving everybody a few more seconds at home if you're participating. And I
We
think
used to have a timer, but I guess he doesn't do it anymore.
We had a time for the official
We
open.
don't need, we're live now. There's no delay anymore.
Oh, unionized, I forgot.
all right.
There's no delay
seeing
anymore.
That I will close the public comment portion of this meeting and give the floor to Rich Huber. Please take it away.
I'd just like to congratulate Lieutenant, right?
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Westover
Yes.
on the award he's going to get Friday,
The luncheon is May 13th.
May
It's
13th.
the Union County 200 Club
13th.
Valor.
I mean, he's
Valor
well
Award.
deserved. He has been in charge of traffic for I don't know how many years, a long time. And I saw him a couple of weeks ago on Morris Avenue, pulling people over. Didn't pull me over though. Didn't catch
You obey the law.
But no, it's, I like to just congratulate him. I knew I remember when he started. He was taught by somebody very good, Joey. I don't know.
Yes.
No, I really want to congratulate him. I did call him. And good luck.
Okay, so it was Clerks Week, right? And being Linda, being amazing, she smacked me and said that I missed a few announcements before. And so bear with me, everybody, because we actually have quite a few that I missed.
No more parking late.
We missed a few. I'll start with everybody's favorite subject, and I can't believe it's already here, but voting is already here for the primary. Mail-in voting drop boxes are now open at the Chisholm Community Center. It's located in the rear parking lot by the far end of the handicapped ramp. Please do not deposit your ballots in the flag disposal box in the entrance to the rear lot. The drop box is emptied twice a day by a bipartisan team from Union County Board of Elections. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to call our Township Clerk, Linda Donnelly, at 973-912-2201. She is an elections expert.
Yes, she is.
I do a bunch of elections, and I ask her all my comments, all my questions. She is an expert. And can I just ask, we have done it in the past. Are we putting something over the flag disposal? So something will be there.
Just stand there.
But I believe people may have already received their ballots and coming. So it's already here. I will continue to remind people week to week that it is there. Exercise your right to vote. Next, budget hearings for the town. It's that time of the year again, and as chairman of the Budget Committee, Subcommittee, I will be holding a series of budget hearings. We have 3 hearings. The first one is this Thursday at 12 p.m. in Town Hall, in this council chamber. We'll run through a presentation. You can ask any questions you have on the budget. If you wish to comment and appear and complain or say we're doing a great job, whatever you wish, come on out. The first one is Thursday in the middle of the day at 12 p.m. The second hearing, come on out if you can. It's after work. It's going to be Wednesday, May 4th at 7 p.m. You can come, ask any questions you may have, and participate. Our final presentation, the one that will be recorded and presented to the public, and our final adoption will be on Tuesday, May 10th at 7 p.m. It's a regularly scheduled council meeting. That will be our final adoption. So you have 3 opportunities. Don't miss your chance. Come and tell me how you really feel. I'll be here Thursday, Wednesday, and a Tuesday. You can also come during mayor's office hours, which I hold once a month.
Can we just go back, so Tuesday the 10th, we're at 6 o'clock, right?
Tuesday the 10th is final adoption.
That was at 6 o'clock, then we have.
7 o'clock.
7.
7 o'clock.
That's 7. Wednesday, May 4th at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And Thursday here at 12 p.m. We have this also posted on our website, our social media. So everybody out there, come on down.
Pardon me, Mr. Mayor. Speaking of May 4th, and I remember this silly because it's the 4th, and may the 4th be with you. It's also going to be the first time we are running, I believe, Coffee with a Cop. Is that correct? May 4th, I think 10 a.m. at Halo Roasters. Do you want to explain just a little bit about
Wait,
that?
hold on. We're not through announcements.
Okay, sorry, we have to wait. I apologize.
Hold on, Chris. You're jumping the gun here.
I apologize.
All right, our next announcement, everybody. Remember, we are trying to get more sustainable, environmentally friendly. The state of New Jersey has instituted a bag ban. It's going into effect next week, also on May 4th. You will go to your shopping center and not be able to use a paper or plastic bag to help save the environment. But we're here at the township, and thanks to the Environmental Commission and DPW, we were able to supply a limited number of reusable bags. If you come in and pay your taxes or come to ask a question, we will have some reusable bags here at Town Hall. They're right here at the second floor. A limited supply, but if you come, please grab one and use it. We want you to not be caught off guard. I know there's been a lot of press on this and making and getting it out there. You know, plastic and paper is not good, so please reuse and recycle. But we're trying to help the best we can. Going on, our next, just a couple thank yous here. Going on with our Environmental Commission, they did another stand-up job this weekend. On Sunday, it was the return of the quarry walk. There was 170 people that came out and walked the quarry. I was there, but a special thank you to Howard Aspen, who is not only a commissioner on the Environmental Commission, but he's also a auxiliary police officer, and he is very knowledgeable in sustainable practices. He teaches at Columbia, and he gave, once again, a fascinating tour. It was a beautiful day. We do this yearly, and it's back. So next year, don't miss your chance if you haven't done it already. You get to see some really cool things in an old quarry that was located in town. A lot of cool nature. But thank you to Allie Miller and Betsy Blondette, who chairs the Green Team. And of course Howard, who walked us all around and gave us information. My last one, and then I will shut up for the night. But on Saturday, we had another very successful. We had a gun surrender hosted in town. I was joined by Prosecutor Daniels, the sheriff's officers, Commissioner Granados, Commissioner Leon, Commissioner Hudak. We all came out and held the gun surrender in town, trying to get guns off the street, trying to collect ammo and prescription drugs. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I believe it was around 70 guns, tons of ammunition, old ammunition that couldn't work anymore was collected, and prescription drugs. So all of that came off the street, and we provided that opportunity for anybody I believe anybody could join. So I know Chief Cook was there, and I'll let you say a few words, but huge thank you to the county and Prosecutor Daniels.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'll start. I do have a few other things to hit on.
Oh, you can take it away. I know you do.
I'll segue with you with that one. Yeah, so this project, it was a gun turn-in program, not a gun buyback program. Also, as you said, ammunition and prescription medications. And the ammunition that was collected, some of it may not have been usable, but a lot of it is live as well. We had officers from our agency, the county police, sheriff's office, all working there to make sure everything ran smoothly. This was worked with the county police and myself, Captain Mogensen from the county police. We had discussed this a few years back to use this location, and for whatever reason, it didn't pan out. But Pastor John from the Calvary Assembly Church opened his doors to us to use the facility, and it worked out fabulous. Your numbers are a little bit off. There was closer to 100 weapons that were turned in, 92 firearms, and also some knives that really shouldn't be out there as well.
When I was there, it was like midday, so I got the count there. I think
Yeah,
that's
it
where
ended
I
up
had it.
at just about 100 weapons. There was several hundred pounds of ammunition and about 40 pounds of medication that was turned in. And as far as the medication goes, we also have a drop box here for those listening. That's 24/7. You can always, right in the police lobby. You don't need to worry about information on the labels. Everything is totally confidential. We just take it, one person takes it from here and it goes to an incinerator. We stay with it the whole way. There's nobody, grabbing anything out of there, any of that nature, or looking at people's labels. So again, that was very successful. They were very, very happy with that. Lieutenant Westover, I'll just say real quick on that, is that, and I'm not going to say what it was about, that'll be discussed at the luncheon itself, but that was an off-duty, out-of-county incident that had occurred, that he, did what, police officers do, respond to something that they see. So again, congrats to him, and that'll be, something that'll be discussed as far as the nature of the incident on the 13th. Real quick, the coffee with a cop, yeah, that's going to be on the 4th. Again, something that was kicked around for a while, but finally is getting into play. There'll be several officers there, and anyone who wants to just stop by, we'll buy you a cup of coffee. Nothing fancy, nothing, but you can hang out and have coffee with us, ask questions. We'll just sit and talk very informally. And we're going to do that on several different occasions other than the 4th.
Will you be planning one that will, kids will be available to attend to kind of thing?
Yeah, we're working something with TD as well to do something more towards geared towards the younger kids.
Do you have a time for the Wednesday one?
10 o'clock.
Is it 10 to 12 or 9 to 11?
I believe it's 10 to.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour block. I know it should be on our Facebook page. I don't want to get it mixed up with different things we have going on.
Shout out to Tamara, I believe, who made that post. Good job, Tamara.
As far as, I'll just comment real quick on the Mountain Avenue thing. Our big problem with Mountain Avenue is the commuters. It's nothing against people using the library. We do understand that. And as far as when Committeeman Huber asked me if we're not enforcing yet, we're not enforcing as far as the park mobile goes. We're still enforcing what already exists, which is the 2-hour limit. So, but yeah, if there's something we can work out, we will. But our main problem there is commuters that take up the whole street, and because it's kind of a hub right there for transportation as far as catching the buses to the city.
I do remember, I think we were all up here. It was probably my first year. I think we had a number of complaints about people taking it.
Absolutely.
I think we got on you to patrol it a little better.
Can seniors still pick up a pass?
Yes.
And park in the lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
If seniors are going to New York, they may come in, show their ID, and we will give them a pass, and they can, for the day, and they may park in Duffy's Corner now.
Or Duffy's Corner, okay.
It has to be, it's Duffy's Corner.
And we did increase the commuter spots in the municipal lot when I was mayor. We added, I think,
Right.
7 or 11 or something.
Yeah. It's
12, something like that, but we added some.
And it resolved
spots
whatever
there.
issues there were at the time.
Yeah, and it seems like, knock on wood, we haven't heard, so it seemed to improve the situation.
Just 2 more things really quick. Take my time? No, don't say that. So we had received, you may have seen a lot of officers, a lot of activity, more so on Morris Avenue in that area. This past couple of weeks, we had a state grant in excess of $10,000 to use to enforce distracted driving. So we had officers out there. There's 11 different officers that participated. Some of them, they all didn't work the same days, but I think we were out there 6 or 7 different days. And the results of that were, we had 288 motor vehicle stops. Out of that, there were 164 summonses issued, some for distracted driving, talking on cell phone, texting, fixing your hair, not having your hands on the wheel, whatever it may have been. Some vehicle violations, like unregistered, uninsured vehicles, and some moving violations as well. We also had 7 vehicles that were impounded and 2 arrests that came out of that. So that was very successful. Didn't cost us anything from our budgets. Again, it was state grant money, and we always make the best use out of that when we get it. And the last thing, which I will talk about, and I know Mr. Huber and I discussed it with the Q Drive residents the last time here. I did appreciate them coming out. I did have some correspondence back and forth with some of them. And I'm happy to say, because we really didn't want to have to do this, but we were able to do a lot of digging and find out that we technically don't have to do the yellow curbing. So I sent out an email to the group of residents, yeah, you were all copied on it, expressing this, saying, well, there's still meant to be some yellow possibly in the curves. If I don't have to, we won't. But there's going to be signage, and there might be somebody who's not going to want it in front of their house, but that is something we can't deviate from. Again, I'll be as minimal as we can about it. I know the aesthetics are a big thing, but I was very happy to be able to avoid the yellow. And I know we told them we let them know this meeting, so here I am saying it. No one's here, so maybe they did get the email. So that worked out well.
Thank you, and thank the residents who came out, because.
Yeah, it was appreciated, and that's what it was about. I'm glad they showed up. Glad they showed up, the way this other group did early on.
Mr. Mayor, can I make one comment? You just reminded me of something. Yeah. The gentleman that stood up at the last meeting when we were discussing the bus stop on the corner of Hillside. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just want to let you know that our DPW director went out there the next morning, contacted that gentleman, met with him, also contacted New Jersey Transit. They're looking at moving that stop. So my only point to that was we reacted to that immediately. So it is a safety concern.
And if I may, I just wanted to put in a plug. I know Chief Cook talked about a lot of things. That medicine drop box is, for me, it's a hidden gem. It really is very, very useful. I've used it a lot. You don't want to be dumping, your medication down the toilet or throwing it away. Certainly, if you can, it's on the side of this building. Please use it. It is very discreet, very confidential, and I use it quite often. I am going to do my best to be there for your Coffee with a Cop. And certainly congratulations to Sergeant Westover.
Lieutenant Westover.
And I hope to be there as well. And I do want to let you know, I don't want to speak for Chris, but I was one of the people that got pulled over on Morris Avenue playing with my hair. And they let me off for the warning.
They say, you were what?
Playing with my hair. He said he pulled over people playing with their hair.
I can't see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I got off with a warning, thank God.
They could find no evidence.
They gave him a map.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's good, right?
And
Chris didn't think so. Chris is like, you son of a gun.
And the Coffee with a Cop thing, I want to give credit where it's due. That was Lieutenant Westover and his guys in Special Services that, orchestrated everything, got it put together.
Who applies within your department, in your infrastructure? Who looks for these grants, applies for these grants? Is there someone specific on your staff that?
I have a few officers, depending on which level the grant's going to. Sergeant, and lieutenant, and it'll go through the captain as well. And we'll disseminate them to who we think can best serve them.
All right, very, very much appreciative, and job well done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other comments by anybody up here before I ask for a motion for executive session? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, will you read our resolution?
Well, I actually forgot to bring a resolution, but since I read it so much, I have it down pat. Okay, this,
Oh, Mr. Craig Down. Oh, Hugh, this is all your fault tonight.
This executive session is for discussion of personnel matters. All matters discussed in closed session shall be kept in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the township, and will be released to the public when the reasons for acting upon them in closed session no longer exists.
Okay, and we will not be taking action
We
after.
will be taking no action.
So,
A motion?
but we will.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes carry.
I think that was